Emergency order. Defeat the Metroid of the planet Seventh and destroy the Mother Brain, the Mechanical Light Vein. Galaxy Federation Police M510. Well, it seemed like with me playing through Kid Icarus, I feel like I had to at least play a little bit of its older sister, Metroid. Not a game that I'm particularly fond of. In fact, well, call this like a retro gamer confession, but I just never really thought Metroid was really that great. Now, if we're talking about Super Metroid, I'm just like, well, yeah, that game is amazing. It might not be my cup of tea, but it's a fantastic game. This one, it's a lot like all the people that say their favorite movie is Citizen Kane, and I'm like, it's okay, but I feel like there's been so many other better things that came out since then. So, I have no intention of beating this game, as in all honesty, I really don't remember my way around this. I remember like a few little things, like for instance, the morph ball. I think everybody knows where the morph ball is. So then you do that, now you can kind of crouch and roll. Yeah, it's one of those things where I want to like this game, but it just feels like it doesn't like me. And I think that's just about all I can say about it. I do always love that little thing that you can have the bugs get stuck on the door like that. I think the biggest problem I have is this game, unlike Super Metroid and even Kid Icarus, which came out maybe like a few months after this did, there's not really any way to refill your health outside of the health power-ups. And you take a lot more damage here than you do in Kid Icarus. Or at least I think so. See, look at that, I'm almost dead. It doesn't that incessant beeping just won't go away. Make it stop! I'm actually kind of exaggerating it as a bit of a bit, but I will admit, I have always hated this trope in retro gaming, that you're low on health, it won't shut up, which just leaves you trying to get an extra piece of power up to be able to quell that annoyance. And then it seems like you immediately take a hit right after doing so. I think the other main issue I have with this game is, well, they always say that they thought Samus's movement speed was too fast, so they made the levels like 5 times longer than they needed to be to kind of compensate for it. Okay, there we go. The monitor I was playing, I was deciding to freak out for a little bit. And, well, I guess maybe one of the other things, I'm gonna have to adjust this, give me a second. That ought to do it. Sometimes the twin LED system can get a little loose. it's kind of one of those things where, well, in addition to not really liking this game, I'm also kind of looking at the game itself from a more critical perspective at this moment, so I just got done watching this very interesting video. It was talking about this device that allows you to plug in game systems like this onto a modern TV, and it'll look just like a CRT, pretty much what you're seeing right now. And as I was just watching that video, I'm just like, what CRT looks this awful? I mean, everybody seems to be obsessed with scan lines, but do you see any scan lines on this TV? I mean, I'm not seeing any. I always got the idea that, like, the CRT would even out the scratches a little bit, but, darn. But, like, well, I mean, the TV I'm on is definitely a bit more fuzzy, but that's because I'm using a coaxial connection rather than an RCA connection like I am here. Well, converted RCA. I mean, obviously, this TV is from 1983. It doesn't have an RCA input, so I have to convert it to coaxial. And that still looks better than all the demonstrations that they were showing on this particular video. I don't know. And I just feel like I'm not getting it. And that's very much how I feel about this game. I mean, just look, I've only maybe gone to this first room and already I'm starting to beep. See? That's what always happens. You call the beep and then you immediately take a hit right after. It's driving me crazy. I need to go Scottish from this. I can't stand it. Yeah, for anybody that actually is from Scotland, I wager my accent is just awful. It's kind of a very notorious thing. I think everybody goes back to Dick Van Dyke's portrayal of Bert and Mary Poppins. It's like, well, there ain't no way that you can get an American that doesn't have a decent British accent, you know? I feel like I kind of combine that with, like, the southern accent. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like there's some people that can, some American actors that could pull off the quote-unquote British accent alright. I mean, take Alan Tudyk. I hope I'm going the right way. I know this is the way I went last time. I'm trying to get some rockets. That's the main thing. Yep. In the immortal words of the Mandalorian, this is the way. And why in the world is the TV so bright now? It was not breaking. There we go, that's better. Maybe one of the tubes needed to warm up a little bit or something. This way. I think I'm doing alright. Just gonna avoid those things because they take away a lot of health. And they take a lot of hits in order to tick down properly. I think if I just keep going this way, I'm gonna get some rockets. Yeah, like I say, there's just a lot of moments in this game that are just copy-pasted. Oh, well, look, this one's a little different. E-tank! Yes! Yeah. I knew there was something this way. But I need some rockets. Well, I mean, the controls are good, the music is great. I guess probably the two biggest issues I have is, well, like I said, the ability to not be able to fill up, which basically means you're just gonna stay in front of some sort of spawning area and just keep going and going and going until hopefully you can get enough energy. And that takes like a good, I don't know, 20 minutes if you're lucky, up to like 2 hours if you're actually playing the game. Dang it, I need rockets for this. And I need the freeze ray to go that way. Maybe I should just go down. Okay, I can't go down. Disappointed. The only time I ever really had fun with this game is when I had a walkthrough or when I'm able to use some of the famous cheat codes to be able to get you through without having to do all this annoying running around a rat in a maze. I just hate that noise whenever you take that. Get off! And for a lot of people that like this game, it's like my feelings on the classic novel Moby Dick. I don't think any less of a person that says that this is their favorite or they really enjoy it. I just have a very hard time comprehending it. I'm just kind of like, can you please explain what is it that you like about this? I want to know. This is just one of those things I feel like I'm just entirely missing the point of. I guess maybe that's the thing about Kid Icarus is that, I mean, yeah, the idea of trying to figure out how to get the endurance upgrades and everything is not really obvious right away, but the levels are pretty easy to figure out. It's a pretty standard side-scrolling affair. You basically just keep going left, keep going up, keep doing all this stuff. But here it's just kind of like, in this way, maybe, maybe not, because it looks just like every other sticking room. I probably I shouldn't dump on this game too much. Like I say, I just don't get it. I mean, I have like 99, and look at how far I've fallen. Darn it. Okay, there's some rockets. Should I keep going? Probably not. I'm just gonna go to that, darn it, that one door I was at. My system of the TVs aren't acting up. It seems like the brightness keeps going up and down dramatically. They use that sound effect from Gyro Knight. That's more like it. No! This is the best place to farm. Let's see how long it takes to get up to 99. Note, I am doing this in real time without emulators or save states or any way to be able to adjust the speed that this game is running at. This is just so tedious. I feel like I'm really taking a gigantic dump on this game. Let me maybe try to see if I can say some good things about it. Well, the music is great. Controls are good. Sound effects are alright, for the most part. I just hate that particular whenever you get hit. It just kind of sounds like, well, for lack of any better way of saying it, it sounds like a digital fart, as if the game is like trying to take a dump on you. It's just like, you're so bad at this game. We're gonna take a dump all over you. Well, I can dump on you too. I have been. Well, he's now actually getting some rockets, so... Well, I'm not really sure if that really means anything, since I can only hold up to 5 at the moment. Okay, let's see if I can at least get to that first door that involves 5 rockets to be able to get past. So I guess here's a bit of a fun thing while I'm just taking as long as humanly possible to get to this next door. If they were to make a real-life Metroid movie, who do you think should play Samus? To tell you the truth, I don't really know a whole lot of female actors to be able to be like, oh, maybe she'll be great, or maybe this one would be great. But, like, personally, I very much see the character as Samus as very much like Sandra Bullock in Miss Congeniality. The idea that, yes, she is obviously feminine, but quite the force to be reckoned with as well, and at times can be very intimidating. But it gets a little confusing as Samus, a lot like Link, well, depending on which game, doesn't really have much of a personality. Even they did give her a personality, another M, everybody hated it. It's all about the idea she's the strong and silent type. But honestly, I think it would just be hilarious if they could just get Sigourney Weaver to play as Samus. I mean, I don't really know a whole lot about the Alien franchise, but I do know enough that this game takes a lot of inspiration from the Alien franchise. I mean, take Ellen Ripley, Sigourney Weaver's character, I believe, and, well, that is one of the main bosses you fight is Ridley. And then, well, the Metroids, I guess, would be pretty similar to the facehuggers. Would you... Oh! I hate this! And I can't use any of the rockets on him either. Okay, good. Also, couldn't they kind of add some distinctions with the pellets? Okay, what do we got? I didn't know they could go through the tunnel like that. Bombs. Good. So that means I can actually start making my way towards Kraid's lair. Okay, let's see what's over here. So let's see, I was talking about the Alien franchise, let's see. Well, I think the other big thing people like to point to as well is the idea that in Aliens, they go after the Queen Alien, very much like how you do in Metroid 2, where you're going after the Queen Metroid to be able to end the species. Trying to remember if there are any other similarities. Well, I guess there's kind of the idea of being stuck on an alien planet with only really your wits about you. There's kind of that feeling of isolation. I feel like that very much comes through in the Metroid games. And I think that's kind of where the horror aspects comes from Alien. The idea that you are alone on this alien world that does not like you. Or at least that's my breakdown of it. I'm sure there's a lot of other people that have been able to do deeper breakdowns than that. And I guess one of the other big things is the idea that if you beat this game fast enough, it's the idea that Samus reveals more of her clothes. And I guess at the end of Aliens, Sigourney Weaver's character, Ripley, is not really wearing a whole lot as she's leaving the planet or whatnot. I don't really go in for horror, and, well, from what people tell me, there's some very horrific imagery in the Alien franchise. A lot of people probably like to point to the chest burster scene, which it's one of those things where I've seen it parodied so many times that, well, I guess it's a little less shocking today, but, well, if I were to, well, I've seen that snippet a few times where people are kind of making fun of it for, like, the sake of a review, and I'm like, wow, this is disturbing. And I guess it also kind of points to the brilliance behind the practical effects that went into doing that. I guess a lot of people would say the same about John Carpenter's The Thing, which I find it interesting that I have to distinguish John Carpenter's The Thing, because I guess it was a remake of a black and white movie called The Thing back in the 60s. And I need one more. There we go. Okay, let's see what we got. But when it comes to the horror franchise, probably what I like the most is like really classic horror, like silent horror, like Nosferatu. Oh, this is the long beam, so now it goes throughout the whole screen. Yeah. Now let's see, is there anything actually over here this time? Nope. Okay. Well, for feeling like I'm completely lost, I seem to be making my way around, finding a lot of good things. Well, this is a lot better now. And I just noticed that it's a different sound effect. Okay, well, now it feels a bit like I'm playing with power. I guess maybe I'll just keep going, but first let's see if perhaps there's any other goodies up here. Is there more stuff this way? Or is this just where I started? Yeah, I think it is where I started. No, this is different. Get off of me! Let's see if I can get some rockets. Now, if I remember correctly, I think this is the way you need to go after you defeat both Ridley and Kraid. I wonder if the name Kraid derives from anything from the Alien series. Yep, and that's the way. I'm only going to waste the 5 rockets on that because there might be some power-ups later that I might need. Or that I will need. It's kind of funny. I feel like when it comes to Kid Icarus, they start you out with less, but yet it feels... I mean, they're both aggravating games, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, there's just something about Kid Icarus where I feel like once you reach a certain point, it becomes less aggravating, that it feels like you're kind of becoming a master of it. This game, I feel like it just keeps hitting you over and over and over again, and it doesn't really let up, especially with Mother Brain there. Those SpaghettiOs. I hate them so much. It's kind of where I go for like the Anakin Skywalker thing. I'm just like, I don't like those SpaghettiOs. I hate them! Already went that way. Let's make my way back to the more towards the beginning of the game. I like how you can actually shoot these. Why won't you die? I hope I'm supposed to go this way. Well, I'm sure I'll find something. Yep, I think this is towards the beginning. No! Leave me alone! Like, jeez, I thought these things went up in a pattern, not just as soon as you jump. Well, that kind of makes up for it, I don't know. Okay, I believe this is Broomstar, if I remember correctly. At least this is how you enter Broomstar. I don't know why I go Slavic for this. Is there anything? I don't think so. Going down. Love this music, by the way. Break the game or something? Let the music start all over again. Where's the fly? Bring on Jeff Goldblum. Figured there'd be some here. Hopefully these things don't touch the ground. See that sound effect, I just absolutely hate it. There we go. Got some more rockets. And of course. And look at that. My health is already gone. Yep. Okay. Well, you can take that password down if you want to start from there, but I figure before concluding, I'm going to show some of the more fun passwords you can use. So, probably the most famous. I hope it's spelled this way. It's spelled with L-Y or L-E-Y. Where is the L? F-G-H-I-J-K. That's L. Maybe you have to fill out the whole thing with zeros. I'm gonna have to look into this, but before I do so, let me show you one that I think is even better than the legendary Justin Bailey. North American release password. That's it. Check it out. I already got the rockets. And the screw attack. Now I'm trying to remember. Can you take damage? See if I can speedrun it. It's been a long time, I really don't remember my way so well, but we'll at least want to show the legendary battle with Kraid. Infinite rockets. It'll still show 5 rockets, but I still have infinite. I think this is the way I'm supposed to go. This looks familiar. Of course, all these passages look the same. I think I want to keep going higher. Can you take me higher? No. To a place where blind men see. Oh yeah, you may have also noticed I was get the high jump boots. So now I can run faster, jump higher. Again, probably went this way. They all look the same. It's all the same. Although I get the feeling I'm going around in circles. Gonna find out a bird up in the sky. Seem to be in a musical mood this time, don't I? Freeze! Yep, the screw attack is awesome. I'm going down. I think you want to go down all the way. All the way. Yep, this is where I was before. Yeah, I reiterate. It seems like to me, this is like the only time I ever have fun with this game. Let's go down. All the way. All the way. It's the same again. This at least looks different. Still the same. One of these days I should think about trying to make a map for this game. So I did with Icarus. And I found out that they're actually very well put together. The only problem is I get the feeling I'm just going to be taking the same picture of like the same 3 rooms over and over and over. And I think I want to go this way, but I probably can't. Yep. They planned that on purpose, didn't they? Of course, you wouldn't be able to get there ordinarily because you would need the high jump boots that are in North Air, which are nowhere around here. It's starting to feel like Lord of the Flies in here. Except the only difference is I am the Lord of these. Ow! Yes, this looks right, because I remember the only way to get out of here is you gotta shoot through all those little blocks and it takes forever. Same room again. Yep. In the words of Kenny Loggins, this is it. However, you can actually drop down from here from up on this ceiling. Yeah, there we go. See? I Kraid, you're going down. Oh yeah, the fun thing is, I guess there's an E-tank here. Yep. Because I can't collect it, because whatever. I wonder, can you just shoot him ordinarily? You can, I guess it's just a little more difficult. Now, for doing this legitimately, how on earth are you supposed to avoid those attacks? There we go, I've defeated the legendary Kraid. Once again, Super Metroid just gets so much better. I get the idea you need to start from somewhere, but, well, let me show you one of those things that really reminds me how much I hate this game. Okay, wait for the blocks to reform. And this is the only way out of here, by the way. And if you lose the rhythm, the blocks will hurt you, and then you will fall off and you'll have to start all over again. Like there. No! Okay, so there's a lot of interesting passwords out there. This one I just have to try. I can't believe this is actually listed on the Metroid Wikipedia page. What? It actually took it. Let's see. Because it references an invalid starting location and generates a ridiculous game time value, this password has different, albeit undesirable effects depending on whether on console or emulation is used. However, I guess there is actually a way to be able to have the code work. Did I misspell it? Unless maybe that's supposed to be an O there. No. Eh. It worked. Now comes the fun part. Get off of me! Yeah, it's gonna kill me. Let's try that again. Am I gonna get any rockets from these guys? There we go. A lot of rockets on that one. Oh no, not the SpaghettiOs! This thing's giving me nightmares. I know there's more. But I'm not getting anything out of it. Well, I wasn't getting anything out of it anyways. Well, at least I can get some good stuff out of it. Can I get some more health, please? I need to refill this energy tank. Dang it! Look at that. All that hard work. Can I get up to where I was before, at least, you know, 50? Dang it! Yeah, screw it, these things aren't helping at all. Kind of a pity I don't have the long ice beam, but whatever. Stupid SpaghettiOs! As a food item, I'm kind of indifferent on SpaghettiOs, but in this game, I hate them. Give me some health! I'm gonna try that again. This is always the thing I find interesting about the Zero Suit Samus. Does this mean that in this version of the game, she only has one hand? Or is the hand inside the gun, like how it is in the suit? You can see how she's standing there? It seems like she doesn't have a right hand. Ah! SpaghettiOs! At least the Metroid are nice enough to leave some health behind. Unless they do that. Nope. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, there's just some more Metroid, I believe. Okay. These Metroid are very nice compared to the SpaghettiOs. Look at how much health I got from them. Beautiful. I'm playing on a black and white TV, so I wasn't really sure. Oh boy, here we go. really just shows you how many rockets you need to be able to do this area justice. It's insane. Rip, I was told this password was gonna already defeat Mother Brain. Yeah, whatever. At least you're able to see the final boss. Okay, let's so it is EY. Starts you all the way here? I thought this just sent you back to the beginning of the game, but just a zero suit sims. With max ammo, looks like. Actually, wait a minute. With this, I might actually be able to show you the end of the game. Looks like I have the high jump. Yeah. That is the problem, is I do need the freeze beam. But I don't take damage? Oh, I do. But yeah, you ever want to see the end of the game, I feel like the NER password is the best one for that. Never really understood why this one was so legendary. Unless maybe it was in Nintendo Power, so everybody knew it. So I think this is the way. Oh, that's the long beam. I don't know where the ice beam is, dang it. Let me go back to that Mother Brain one. There's nothing else I did want to show you just a minute. Nope. Get off of me! No! No! All my hard work! I don't like this game very much. Trying to see if there's anything else that's crazy like that. Was this a joke? 1, 2, all threes, and then all Ks. Must be a joke. According to this, they just start off with everything on the final thing. Well, this one sounds a bit more realistic. Okay. See if I can show you the end of the game. Would have liked to have done it with Zero Suit Samus, but whatever. Oh. Dang, it's like the same thing again. Well, let's see what I can do. I wonder why that door is always open. Darn SpaghettiOs! Nah, you need a little bit of oomph to be able to get the screw attack going. Maybe this is a good way to farm. Come on, give me something. Whatever, I guess I'll just keep going. Only I could have had this with the Zero Suit run. Once again, playing on a black and white TV, you really can't see what color I'm at, so that's why what the heck? Oh, this is quite an amazing password then. There we go. Well, that's bright. Bomb set, get out fast. Probably gets the feeling I'm probably going to get the worst ending of the game from this, but hey, at least I can show you the end of the game. Great, you fulfilled your mission. It will revive peace in space, but it may be invaded by the other Metroid. Pray for a true peace in space. Alright, let's see what we got. Ah, okay, not a really good ending when she just takes off her helmet. You're not gonna wave at me? Oh. As you may or may not know, after you beat the game, you press the start button, then you can just play as Zero Suit Samus. Or if you get the right ending, you can do that, and that's interesting. I'm already starting off with all this. How strange. I guess that's one way to get the good ending. So, yeah, that's Metroid. If this is a favorite game of yours, please explain to me why. I want to know why this game is so beloved by gamers. Until next time, keep having fun.